My name is Guy Tsafnat. I'm the founder and chief scientist of Evidentli. We're a real-world data and real-world evidence company, and we're here to talk about the use of AI to enable AI, actually. So we use AI to clean up the messiness and rectify, harmonize real-world data, so it's usable for applications such as AI.
Mm-hmm. So you've answered my next question, which was going to be, we're here at ARCS, what are you talking about? I know you're presenting twice, both after lunch today. Can you tell me a little bit about what your first presentation's on?
Yeah, the first presentation is it's slightly technical, but it's more about the AI that we use to clean up data.
Mm-hmm.
It's a proprietary system that we developed specifically for this problem. It's quite a different approach to what is traditionally used. So I'll be talking about that and explaining how that works.
Okay, I'm not very technical. So can you explain to me how the approach differs to the traditional way?
The traditional approach is to take a lot of data, put it all in one bucket, train an AI on it, and then use that AI to try to make sense of another data set.
Yep.
In healthcare, that doesn't always work because the data sets in real world are very different. Sometimes even just two different doctors in the same hospital will have different data. And so there's a lot more variability. And that approach, it works to a degree, but not well enough for the needs of the pharmaceutical or evidence production and healthcare in general. So our approach instead is to take all this big data. First of all, to ignore everybody else's data, because that cannot really help us. To take the data that we see, divide it into small chunks, and then use an AI to develop an AI specifically for that chunk. And then we put it all together, and we call that process Agile AI, because it's choosing different algorithms, it's choosing how to divide the data, it's constructing training in AI. So in a typical data set, we could have hundreds of AIs being generated and used, which is too many for anyone to generate. So that automation of that process allows us to get very specific, very high precision for each chunk of the data. And then overall, we get very high precision across the entire data set.
Okay. I need to come to your talk and learn a bit more. In your second talk that I think that follows on pretty quickly from that one,
so that one is at the end of the day, I'll be on a panel summarizing what we're seeing today, what we heard today.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'll be talking about yet.
Fair enough.
Go to the sessions.
All right. Well then, based on what you are talking about and your experience at ARCS so far, this being day 2, have you got any insights for us?
Well, I must say that walking around ARCS, I was a little bit, it's not what I expected. It was my first time at ARCS.
Mm-hmm.
I expected to be a lot more big pharma and a lot fewer companies that are like surrounding support and services companies. There are more here than I expected, which is great. It's great to see that the big pharma is not really Australian, but these companies are. And so that's great to see. I'm really happy about that.